Aloha everyone, my name is Greggor Ilagan and I'm the Hawai'i State Representative for House District 4, better known to you all as Puna. It's definitely a pleasure to be here with you all today, even if it is virtually, to talk about the legislature. But what exactly is the legislature? And why should you even care about it? Simply put, it's a place where laws are born. Increasing minimum wage to $15, banning plastic straws, making guns legal or illegal, you name it. The legislature is the body of government that controls the creation of laws for our state. And this body is broken up into two chambers. The lower House of Representatives, which has more members that represents smaller geographical areas, and the upper Senate, which has fewer members, but represent a larger geographical areas. Overall, Hawaii has 76 total members, consisting of 51 representatives and 25 senators. But this number will vary from state to state, depending on the size of the location. California, for example, has 120 members in its state legislature. Anyways, while there are some minor differences here and there, each member of the legislature is ultimately there to make laws happen. So how are laws made? To begin with, every law starts with an idea that anyone can come up with. Believe it or not, a lot of the ideas I work with come from a lot of great people that live here. Those ideas are then transformed into bills. And a bill is just a formal document that captures an idea and expands on the details of it. Once we have a bill, it's introduced into the legislature session by a representative, such as myself. And that bill is sent to a committee to be discussed and heard. We have a variety of committees that range in topics from agriculture, housing, to even pandemic and disaster preparedness. And the bill would go to the committee that best fits the topic. So a bill about turning all cars from gasoline into electric, for example, would be referred to the Transportation and Energy Environmental Protection Committees. Once a bill is at a committee, it goes through hearings, where the general public offers testimony, either supporting it or opposing it through writing or in person. And that's where you all come in. These bills will either die at the committee level or continue to be heard by the rest of the House based on the testimony provided. And because of this, your testimony in support or opposition is extremely important in the lawmaking process, since it could potentially influence the outcome of decisions made by a committee. So what exactly goes into testimony? There are no solidified rules regarding what your testimony should look or sound like. That's all up to you. However, there are some tips you should consider when providing testimony. When writing your testimony, be sure to include the essentials like the bill number, its title, your name, along with any groups you represent. Address the committee chair who leads the committee and its members with a simple, "Thank you for taking the time to read this." Clearly state whether you support or oppose the bill, and keep your testimony short and sweet. Once you get past your introduction and offer your stance, you're free to explain the reason behind that stance in any way you want. You can provide a list of facts or studies showing how the bill could either improve things or make things worse. Take the gas cars to electric cars idea, for example. You can reference a study that shows electric cars can help the environment in support, or you can cite a study that shows forcing people to change their cars to electric would hurt the current car industry. In opposition, Another option for your summary would be to provide a personal story related to the bill. You support raising minimum wage to $15 because the current minimum wage isn't enough to help pay bills. Or you oppose raising minimum wage to $15 because your family has a store and raising that number would cause financial hardship for them. Whatever you want to share, that's all up to you. Once you share your summary, be sure to restate your position and provide a recommendation to the committee, like whether they should pass the bill or not. And that's it. Thank the committee for the opportunity to testify, and you're done. So the same tips also apply if you want to appear in person or through a Zoom call to provide testimony instead. The only big difference is that the members of the committee could ask you questions about your testimony. But overall, it's the same thing. Just be sure to practice your testimony a few times so that you clearly communicate your ideas to the committee. Anyways, this entire thing is only one part of the lawmaking process, but it's one of the most important. Like I said before, great and compelling testimony can either make or break a bill. Since these laws affect you, it's important to understand what's coming through the legislative pipeline. You never know when you'll come across a bill that sparks a desire to either say yes or no. Thank you all for your engagement and participation. I'm so humbled to be representing you. If you have questions or just want to talk story, please don't hesitate to contact my office. Mahalo.